This video is for all the neurotypical wives out there who may be suffering from Cassandra Syndrome. What if you're not as powerless as this feels, this Cassandra business? You know, when you've been unheard for a long time, it starts to feel like nothing you do makes a difference. We're talking about in the context of a marriage to an autistic husband. Like you're either too much or not enough or all at the same time. And slowly you just kind of stop trying because it hurts less than hoping. But here's something that most people miss. Influence in a neurodiverse relationship doesn't come from saying more. It comes from saying things in ways that the autistic brain can actually receive. So sometimes that looks like slowing the moment down, using fewer words, or naming exactly what you need without explaining it 10 different ways. So you're not responsible for everything in this relationship, but you're not without impact either. And when you start to feel that difference, something inside you begins to come back online. When was the last time you felt allowed to fully exist in your marriage? Not managed, not minimized, not quietly adjusting yourself to keep the peace, but actually felt in your emotions, your needs, your presence. When connection has been inconsistent, which it often is in an autistic marriage, it's easy to start shrinking, speaking less, needing less, expecting less. Not because you don't have needs, but because it's exhausting to hold them alone. But you are allowed to take up space, emotionally, mentally, relationally. Not louder, not harsher, just without disappearing. And the more you stay present with yourself without shrinking, the more clearly you begin to see what's possible and what you deserve to experience. Now, if you feel like the emotional weight of the marriage always falls on you, please listen to this. You remember the conversations. You monitor the tension. You try to say things the right way. You walk on eggshells and try not to crack any of them. And you hold the emotional map for both of you. And after a while, it becomes exhausting just trying to keep the connection alive. But love was never meant to be carried by one nervous system alone. Even in a neurodiverse marriage, you're not supposed to abandon yourself just to preserve the relationship. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to stop over-explaining. You're allowed to let silence sit for a moment without rushing to repair something. And sometimes the healthiest thing you can do for this relationship is to stop carrying it all by yourself. Because the moment you put some of the weight down, guess what? You get to finally breathe again. Now, if this resonates, like, subscribe, and comment. I want to read your comment and I will respond to it. Thanks for listening, ladies. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. Hey guys, this is Mark. Some of you may not know that I have a lot of books on Amazon. So if you like my videos, you'll like my books. I have several for ASD spouses, for NT spouses, and for the neurodiverse couple. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this link. Feel free to click on that link and see what's available. I'm sure you'll find something that applies to you. So if you're struggling in your neurodiverse marriage, help is available, one click away.